How's it going, guys? Junior here with MS Things, bringing you back another video. In today's video, we're working on the Terminator here, and we're going to be replacing the supercharger pump with an upgraded one from off of a GT500. There's a part number, but also because the current one is dead. His car did the same thing as mine before. Stay tuned.
Music bed.
All right, so as I mentioned, here's a part number. So this is actually a GT500 OEM for performance parts pump. The pigtail is the same, or the connector, I should say. The only thing we might have to tweak with is the way this one mounts. These have rubber in it. Hopefully the outlet and inlay face the same way. If not, we may be able to twist it on here and mount it on the same location, or we'll figure something out. But reason we're replacing it is because he had the same issue as I did before on the Roush, where the pump just isn't kicking on. Supercharger gets hot, car runs leaner than heck, and as soon as we got it here at home, if you hit it with a screwdriver, it kicks on. So that's what mine was doing. The pump is done. So we're gonna, first things first, we're gonna drain the coolant. So my brother's down there. We're gonna drain all the coolant from your supercharger reservoir. This is still kind of a little warm, so hopefully it's not burning hot down there. Actually, it shouldn't, because it wasn't circulating really. Actually, till now, till we hit it. So we're gonna drain all the coolant. This one shouldn't be as hard as my Roush. I'll do a card above because it's on the side of the bumper, and it should just be plug and play. Mine, we had to do the fans on the heat exchanger, and it was in between the heat exchanger and the frame down there. It's a pain in the butt. This one's off to the side, so easy peasy. Fingers crossed, knock on wood. We should be able to mount that. Put some coolant on there, get going. So we're gonna drain the coolant first. Make sure, as always, safety first. Jack your car up, put some jack stands under there, and get to it. So we're draining the coolant now, and then we'll go from there. All right, so we got the bucket here, got the coolant. Well, majority of the coolant drained. I know the pump's gonna have some when I did the Roush, when I tipped it. Coolant came out of there. So we're gonna do that. Let me turn on the light here. So taking off the pump, it's gonna be as easy as taking off that bolt right there next to my finger. It's a 10mm, and then that should, like, in a sense, it kind of hugs it. So we should be able to loosen it, and then I need to take off this other clamp, and then pull the pump towards the back of the car. Make sure you unplug it. It's just a pigtail back here with 2 clips on the edges. That's already unplugged, and this does plug in onto the new pump with no issues. I already tested that out. So I'm gonna go ahead and take off that other clamp. As I mentioned before, we took off this clamp first, which is this hose here. Take that one off, loosen this bolt, which is a 10mm, and your old pump should come out. Now, once I take it off, then we can discuss how we're gonna mount that new GT500 pump, because it does mount slightly differently. In a sense, it's the same, but it is different. So I'm gonna take that off, see if we're gonna take off this bracket, or if we can, or how it comes off, I should say, so we can mount that GT500 one, probably using this bolt right here. Stay tuned.
You just got the rubber off.
All right, so we got the pump out. It's somewhere around yonder. So the bracket for the pump is that one right here, and like I said, it's just got like that loop that kind of holds the rolled pump, and it looks like it's held on by that bolt right there next to my finger, and another one that is, sorry guys, right there, if you can see, focus right there. I'm gonna take off the bracket for now, see if we can modify this one. So probably cut the loop off, clean cut, and then mount the pump using the hole that where the original pump was kind of tightened down with. Or if we can modify this one, make another hole somewhere, flip it, I don't know, something like that, and mount it. Because the old new pump is a lot thicker, well, not a lot, but it is bigger. But my main concern is the way that the outlets, the way that it's mounted on the rubber piece of the new pump is kind of facing the wrong direction, and I don't want to well, I guess we could get new hoses, but if we can avoid that today, then I can try to modify it. So I'm going to take off that bracket and see where that goes to. All right, so we're decided not to, I shouldn't have taken this off, but we're not going to modify this bracket. Reason being, we just took this off. So we just took a knife, cut the rubber off. I'm sure this is probably better, the vibration, whatever, whatnot. But the way to mount it, I mean, there was no way that it faced the right direction. I couldn't really turn it on here. And once you take off the little rubber piece, it fits in there with no issues. So we're gonna just go that route. A lot easier, no modifying, just other than taking the factory kind of bracket off of this pump, and then just go from there. Here's our part number again, if any of you want this GT500 pump. I think Lamar has it as well. Amazon, maybe CJ Pony, I don't know. But pretty much they look similar. Actually, they might even be the same pump. Let's see the part number. No, it is a different part number, but they are both Bosch. So I'm pretty sure these flow more, whatnot. I don't know, but this is what we're going with. So we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna install this bracket back on there. If you guys do need to take off this bracket, or if you choose to, they're 8mm bolts to take this off. So I'm gonna put this back on there, and then we'll just install it just the way it was factory. Stay tuned. All right, so I'm here under the car. Again, I mounted the bracket back on there and just left it factory since we took the bracket off this pump. Put the clamps back on there. It's nice and snug. It's plugged in now. Or not, it's not loose. So now what we're gonna do is gonna put some coolant on this thing, and then make it circulate, and you should be good to go at this point. So we're gonna put some coolant on, and then we'll show you actually circulating on the reservoir up there. All right, so we're up here now. I don't know if you guys ever watched when we first got this car, by the way I mean my brother. It had the factory reservoir and it was spraying coolant through that vent right there to the windshield. So he did get a Canton on there, so that's been fixed. Did a JLT cold air intake on there, JNO catch can, injectors. We ended up doing 60 pounders. We didn't film that because we already don't know how to, and we just kind of replaced them. 39 pounders weren't enough for this ported blower with a smaller pulley. No, the mods it has, bigger throttle body. So we did 60 pounders, and it's just running on a SVT tune, and it's been running great. So that was done, and other than that, the only thing we've done to this thing since we got it is we threw in the liquid gold SVE series 1s on there, and that just completely changed the stance of the car. Looks way better. Now that we're doing this, was an unexpected fix on the supercharger pump. I mean, I had a feeling because I had to make it work before, but so we're fixing that, and the next we're gonna adjust that seat belt, and then my brother has a couple of the parts, and then we're gonna start making this thing nice. We are gonna be doing the brakes all around on this thing. My brother got new rotors and pads, so that's gonna be probably the next video on this car, and then we're gonna start making it pretty again. And then we just got the coolant. We're gonna put that in there, and then we'll show you guys final product. All right, so as you can see, we've got the car idling here, and pump is flowing nice. And I will say it's flowing a lot more than the factory one or the one that I had before. It's a stronger stream on it, so it definitely does flow more. My brother's getting some water to add a little bit more water to the concentrate coolant there. But that's it for this video. Hope you guys liked it. If you guys have any questions, concerns, comments, put them down below. Or if you have any suggestions of what else to do to this car, that's coming next. We did catch a ball joint that spat on that side, so we're gonna probably address that. So once mechanically this car is pretty much good, we'll see, maybe paint it, make it nice, and bring it back to its prime. So we'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.